Imagine a world where days blended into nights without distinction, where seasons arrived unpredictably, crops failed without warning, and celebrations happened at the wrong moment. For early humans, time was an invisible force, a mystery to be feared and respected. And then, someone dared to bring order to chaos, a simple yet profound invention that would forever change human civilization: the calendar. This is the story of how humans learned to measure time, turning the invisible flow of days, months, and years into a tool that shapes societies, religions, and empires. Time governs everything, yet cannot be seen or touched. For the earliest humans, the sun, moon, and stars were guides. Hunters observed the moon's phases, farmers watched the sun's changing path, and communities noted the return of floods, rains, and harvests. But without a systematic way to measure these cycles, humans lived by instinct and memory alone, vulnerable to the whims of nature. The earliest attempts to track time were primitive yet ingenious. Prehistoric humans carved marks into bones, sticks, and stones. One remarkable example is the Ishango bone, dating back over 20,000 years, covered in tally marks likely representing lunar cycles. These early proto-calendars were humanity's first attempts to understand recurring patterns and predict future events. Each notch was a tiny victory against chaos, an early proof that nature's rhythm could be observed, recorded, and harnessed. As human societies grew, so did the need for more precise timekeeping. Agricultural communities depended on the cycles of planting and harvesting. The Egyptians, living along the predictable rhythm of the Nile, became pioneers in solar calendars. Observing that the star Sirius rose just before the annual flood, they divided the year into 12 months of 30 days each, adding 5 extra epigomenal days to align with the solar year. This innovation not only ensured agricultural stability, but also became a tool of governance and religion, linking time to power and ritual. The Babylonians, masters of astronomy and mathematics, favored lunar calendars. Each month began with the first visible crescent of the moon, and when the lunar months drifted away from the solar year, priests added extra months, a process called intercalation. Babylonian astronomers meticulously charted celestial patterns, predicting eclipses and religious festivals centuries in advance. Their calendars shaped not only daily life, but also the development of astrology, mathematics, and long-term record-keeping. Meanwhile, in ancient China, calendars were seen as both practical tools and expressions of cosmic harmony. Chinese astronomers developed lunisolar calendars, balancing the lunar months with the solar year. These systems guided agriculture, festivals, and imperial rituals, emphasizing the alignment of human activity with celestial order. Observing the sun, moon, planets, and even comets, Chinese scholars created calendars that were both precise and symbolic, reflecting the idea that time was a bridge between heaven, earth, and humankind. Timekeeping was not merely a matter of survival, it was power. In Rome, early calendars were lunar and prone to drift, causing chaos in administration and religion. Julius Caesar's reform in 46 BCE introduced the Julian calendar, a solar-based system of 365 days with a leap year every 4 years, standardizing time across the Roman Empire. This innovation allowed for predictable taxation, military campaigns, and religious observances, demonstrating that mastery over time was a tool of governance as much as of science. Yet, even the Julian calendar was imperfect. The solar year is not precisely 365.25 days, so by the 16th century, the calendar had drifted 10 days out of alignment with the seasons. Pope Gregory XIII instituted the Gregorian calendar in 1582, refining leap year rules and realigning the calendar with the solar year. This reform spread gradually across Europe and later the world, becoming the globally recognized system still in use today. Calendars were more than practical tools. They shaped culture, religion, and identity. The Maya civilization developed extraordinarily accurate calendars, including the Tsokin, a 260-day ritual cycle, and a Hab, a 365-day solar calendar. Mayan priests could predict eclipses, plan agricultural activities, and schedule festivals with astonishing precision, showing that timekeeping was deeply intertwined with spirituality and power. Similarly, Hebrew, Islamic, and Hindu calendars were essential to religious observances. Lunar cycles determine holidays like Passover, Ramadan, and Diwali, while solar corrections ensured that agricultural festivals remained synchronized with seasonal changes. In all these cases, calendars reflected not only the practical need to measure time, but also humanity's desire to understand the universe, align with the cosmos, and bring meaning to life cycles. The invention of calendars was also a driver of scientific innovation. Astronomy, mathematics, and observation grew hand in hand with timekeeping. Accurate calendars required precise measurements of the sun, moon, and stars, leading to advances in geometry, trigonometry, and the early foundations of physics. Observatories arose, and astronomers became vital to societies that relied on accurate timing for agriculture, navigation, and ritual. In modern times, calendars continue to shape life in profound ways. From scheduling global events and holidays to coordinating transportation and finance, calendars underpin nearly every aspect of daily life. Technology now allows us to measure time down to milliseconds, yet the principles remain the same: observe, record, correct, and predict. The journey from carved bones to digital planners is a testament to humanity's enduring fascination with mastering time. The invention of the calendar was more than a scientific or practical achievement. It was humanity's first attempt to impose order on the invisible, to turn fleeting days into something understandable and usable. From prehistoric tally marks to modern digital calendars, humans have sought to map the invisible rhythm of life. Every festival, every agricultural plan, every historical record relies on our ability to measure time. The calendar is proof of our curiosity, ingenuity, and determination to understand the world. It transformed societies, enabled empires, guided religions, and even allowed us to dream of exploring beyond Earth, marking the days of voyages, discoveries, and space travel. Next time you glance at your calendar, remember, it is more than a tool. It is a monument to human ingenuity, a link connecting our ancestors' observations of the stars to our lives today. The flow of time is constant, but humanity has learned to measure it, harness it, and navigate it one day at a time. And in that act, we have not only survived, we have thrived.